Everybody here. Please come to the mic. Say something.
This is history, man. Let me make my speech.
Wait, you know what? You know what's crazy about Ron? He always has the perfect words.
Look at this day is historical. All right? Remember that CKLN was resurrected the same day that Egypt was resurrected. You understand what I mean? This is symbolic. This is Black History Month. Is it not?
Yeah.
And we all feel good, man, because this is all about our culture. You know what I mean? People don't look at the arts as, respected as a culture, but as Norman Otis Richmond said, man, it's the one thing that everybody else wants. That's what we got. That's what we got to hold on to is our culture. This is hip hop culture, man. And I'm proud of this. I'm proud of what I'm seeing today. And man, I don't know how many people here go back to 1985, and how many people go back to 1985. Hey. I got to thank CKLN for basically making me. A lot of people give me credit for this and that, but without CKLN, without this radio station right here, without this institution, we'd all be a little lost, because Concert Hall and the original hip hop days when I first started doing this radio show, The Fantastic Voyage, we were all like segmented, we're all separated. People didn't understand the unity in the community because we're all in the burbs. The umbrella was created because of the Fantastic Voyage program. That's when everybody realized what we had in common, and we all got together as one hip-hop community. You know what I mean? And it's just that it would go from there to here, because right now we're dealing with a multi-billion-dollar industry. They got to take us seriously now if they didn't take us seriously before. Hip-hop is the most political music that exists today, and dance hall kind of thing, and dance hall. But, when it comes to voices of the oppressed, when it comes to freedom of expression, when it comes to fighting the power, you know what I mean? When it comes to a ghetto point of view, I don't like that word, but you know what I mean? When it comes to the underprivileged, having their voice heard, we do it through hip hop. We do it through the lyrics inside hip hop. First, we kind of get you with the beat. Big up all the producers out there. And big up, remember that event that we had one time, that, what was the Battle of the Producers at Opera House? How many people remember that?
I got the flyer. I was in that, man.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like 1,100 people inside the Opera House for a Battle of the Producers. Like, we're sitting there just watching people play their, what was it, cassette back then?
I mean, Dad. I had my stuff on Dad.
Yeah. It was all good, man. And how many people remember the first time I scratched at Concert Hall?
I want to rock.
B-Boy Destruction.
He was scratching rock.
Yeah, I didn't know how to scratch, but I got this rock song by Helix, I think, right? Called I Want to Rock, and I was over the Beastie Boys, and everyone was like looking in awe. It wasn't that I could scratch, because I was crappy scratcher, but it was the first time people seen scratching, you know what I mean? And I mean, look where it's gone from there. And let me tell you one more thing, man. I want to big up the Beat Factory crew. They used to have their studio in my house, my basement. That's where they made their multi whatever album. And I want to pick up Ivan Berry because I produced 2 tracks on it. Voyage Through the Multiverse and Journey On. A lot of people don't know that. But Ivan Berry, being the businessman, said, Ron, you didn't produce those. Technically, they are remixes, so you don't get producer credit. So I never got my royalty.
Put him on blast.
I'll tell you a little bit about B-Boy Destruction. KRS-One, he stayed at my house and stuff, but they were like so broke, man. Remember Beat Factory bought Ron, could they stay at your house? And KRS-One is a marketing genius. Mission Me just mentioned B-Boy Destruction, which was a record I put out after a youth Clinton Marshall got killed. 6 people chased him and got killed with a baseball bat. That's when we had violence in our community that had to be addressed. It wasn't that I was an artist. I just put out a record. And I remember at the concert hall when I performed that song, man, KRS-One was there, you know.
I was standing beside KRS-One, dude. I was on
Okay.
stage, 16, like 18 years old.
Yeah.
They were like KRS-One
Trust.
melody, and they were losing it, Ron.
Yo,
Like,
I'm telling
straight
you, I'm telling you this right now, man. There was an opportunity there because KRS-One is a marketing genius. He loves money more than anything else in the whole wide world, man. And when he saw me do that B-boy destruction dance, he's like, "Yo, Ron, we can market that, man. Yo, we can take that back to New York, man. Yo." And I'm like saying he's making fun of me, but you know, he wasn't making fun of me. That boy was tripping out. He was like seeing a unique concept, you know what I mean? So it's one of my memories and stuff like that, man. But I don't know, actually, I've kind of just talked.
But yo, Ron, before you leave, before I jump off, I want to steal the spotlight and say on behalf of everybody here, the whole hip-hop city of Toronto and the GTA, we love you, man. Thank you, man. Ron is the Don. One more time. Ron is the Don.
The other thing, sorry, that's got so much support that I noticed on the timeline. You're the only artist, out of all these promoters, I'm gonna call every promoter out. You're the only one, Ron, that gave us artists a chance to open up. Mishy opened up for Kane, Rumble, Ice-T came. There was always 3 Canadian hip hop artists in the bill. This generation of artists, I feel was because I have people like Kane to get on, open up, and all kind of stupidness to get on shows.
Well, you know what,
You gave us a platform and gave us the power.
I'm going to anchor that, Russ, because I'll tell you one thing, and thank you for that. I don't know, like, it came naturally, I'll say this, but if you remember the battle at the concert hall, part 1 and 2, the reason that I put that together was so that we could put Canadian artists on the map. Because back then there was no Canadian artist being recognized. It was such a struggle. You know, we had nobody. Like all we had was American culture. Taking away our culture, we were undefined. We didn't know what it was like to be Canadian. Every song that I played on the radio back then was wannabe gangster songs because we had to pretend we were somebody else. Now we got real gangsters, right? Okay. So it's amazing how things have changed, Mish. You know what I mean? And Mishy, man, I just want to say proud of you, man. Big up Sunshine Crew because before I discovered you, they discovered you. You know what I mean? That was the old school before Rod Nelson's old school. What changed? Yo, remember one thing. Sunshine nobody could take Sunshine down. They were like so dominating for so long. The only reason that I came along and kind of had a chance to put a stamp on hip-hop, because Sunshine deserves a lot of that credit, and Maceo and Doc and Kilowatt and Sound Rebound and all those crews go back in the days, but it was the radio station, you know? I was the first person to go from the streets and take that music from the streets onto the radio. So that's why I'm so indebted to CKLN. I love the station right now. I'm in, whatever you want to call it, management here. I'm on the board of directors. I'm the chair of this board. I'm the guy that was going to go down in case that decision was against CKLN. I was going to have to go down with CKLN, you know what I mean? But I'm a fighter. I've had to fight for everything all my life. That's the story of hip-hop.
That's what happened today, man. History, man. Like straight up, you know, this is like generational love, man. This is just like show universal respect to the city of Toronto and to CKLN 88.1 FM for creating the foundation of how people fell in love with hip hop music in the city, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly, you know, before there was any internet, before any kind of labels had any kind of push or anything like that, CKLN was the only outlet for hip hop music. And you know, all the people that have been part of that in the past 20 plus years now are here together as one to celebrate the importance of not only the time slot, but the station and what it means to the city of Toronto. Man. So one love to everybody that came down here tonight. Man. It's such a beautiful feeling. I can't even describe the energy of the building right now. Man. It's so crazy.